Welcome back to another episode of the Zuriel Show. This is episode 18, where it focuses on the art of innovation in Africa. We're joined in by Gibson. Gibson, introduce yourself to the people, who you are, and simply what you do.
Thank you. My name is Gibson Okwara, as mentioned, Gibson Okwara Onyokor. Currently, I'm the head of operation at Linkup. I come from a ride-hailing background, and I started, or rather, I joined the ride-hailing industry when I was still in campus. So I worked with Bolt. Formerly, they used to call themselves Taxify. Then from
Mm,
Taxify, yeah, Taxify,
yes.
I joined Little at regional head of operation capacity. Yeah. Uh, so I have
Lovely.
a background apart from the current job that I do. I'm a mathematician by profession. And yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
lovely. Now, I'd like to know what got you started in your career because majority of our audience are fairly young. What
yeah.
got you started and what inspired you to pick up this passion to where you are today?
I think while in campus, we used to argue out with friends and going back at home,
Yes.
explaining to people that you're doing pure mathematics. The question that people used to ask each and every time is, you are a pure mathematician, so what will you be doing after you graduate?
Mm,
Because up country, or rather where I come from, people know some profession, or rather know engineering, teaching, and some few professions. So I used to have difficulties answering these. And
yeah.
when back in campus, we also have we also used to have an argument with guys. You're doing pure mathematics. What are you going to do after you graduate? So it kept me, or rather, it gave me some strength to be more aggressive and reach out to people while still in campus. So basically, what I can tell is, I we started. Some of our friends that were in the same class started struggling, or rather, searching out for opportunities while still in campus, rather than just waiting for graduation. Then
Yes.
get something else for yourself. Yeah. So I'll say it was more of challenges that we were facing while still in campus. Not answering exactly what are you going to do after you graduate.
Mhm. Mm.
Yeah. So we had to search, or rather go for something that we can do. So yeah, we learned about, or rather we heard about Uber. Then we started searching for opportunities around Uber. Unfortunately, we couldn't secure one. Then yeah, uh, we were fortunate to join, or rather get an opportunity at Bolt when Bolt was still very young.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, lovely, lovely insight for that. And
yeah,
I'd like to know, when it comes to the whole aspect, there's a lot of students who are currently in university and they're joining a job market or they're graduating from university and they're joining a job market, which at the moment is quite uncertain, regardless of your industry.
yeah.
What advice might you have for a student that's graduating and feels like they don't know their path? What advice might you have for them to get started? That is.
First, you just need to understand what you can and what you cannot do. So
Mm,
from there, add ideas to what you have. Work on improving yourself, basically. Uh, so one step at a time. If you know mathematics, defend yourself with numbers. If you know, or rather you can get, or rather relate to people, reach out to people. So do what you can, or rather know what you can do and do it better.
lovely, lovely.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
if you can't, or rather you're not good in something, admit it. You're not good in
Mm,
something. Then
mm.
learn from people
Yes,
that can do stuff better. Yeah,
very well said. Very well said. And I like your step-by-step approach because I feel my generation, Generation Z as well as millennials, we have this approach where we want to take leaps in life. We don't want to have that slow, steady, organic growth. We want to see that we made it immediately once we university, or to either show off or to make ourselves feel good, which there's nothing wrong with it. But the reality of life is things take time and it's a step-by-step process. I really like that point and insight of that. Now, moving on, the focus of our discussion is innovation. What is your definition of innovation as a whole?
So, innovation as a whole is more of providing a solution to a problem that is, or rather, an existing problem. So,
Yes.
innovation is all about providing a solution to a problem that is there. And
Very
hello.
well put. Yes, very well put. I thought you were completing ideas, right? So I just want to confirm, in your opinion, there's different
Sorry,
types of innovations.
I can't clearly get you.
Oh, okay. Is it okay? Just give me a moment. Okay. Can you hear me?
I'm struggling to hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well. I can hear you very well from my side.
Hello.
Is it yeah, I'm saying I can hear you very well from my side. Can you be able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're breaking.
I'm breaking up. Okay.
You're breaking, but I can now hear you.
Okay. Let's just see if it'll get better as we move forward.
Okay.
Probably it's connection problems on my side.
Okay.
Yeah. If at any point it's breaking up, yeah, be sure to just stop me in case maybe the question is not clear at some point.
Okay.
So,
Proceed.
yeah. I just wanted to know there's different forms of innovations that are coming up within Africa as a whole, not just East Africa, but Africa as a whole. Where do you feel the future of innovation is taking us as Africa?
I think when it comes to innovation, Africa have great talent, and people are doing great stuff out there. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So recently, I just learned that in mobile money, China are number one, followed by Kenya,
Mm.
then Ghana are at number three. So I had to deep dive in exactly what mobile money is and exactly what are we Kenyans doing that other guys are not doing. And I
Mm.
learned that, yeah, WeChat. I'm sure you're familiar with WeChat in China.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
there's M-Pesa in Kenya, powered by Safaricom. Then there's MTN in Ghana. Yeah, so basically, as I had explained earlier, is innovation is more of offering a solution to an existing problem. Sure,
Yes.
10 years ago, if uh, you have, or rather, you are in Nairobi already, uh, sending money and providing a solution, or rather, linking a link between you and your parents, or rather anyone that was up country, was a big issue. But
Yes.
since M-Pesa came, you can now send money to your mom, to whoever you want,
Yes.
anywhere in the country. So
Yes.
people don't
Lovely.
even have hello,
Yes. I can hear you. I can hear you.
hello.
Yeah. I can hear you on my side. I can hear you.
Yeah. So as I'm saying, or rather as I was saying, mobile
Yeah.
money was more of offering a solution to a problem that we initially had. Initially, you
Yeah.
could only send money via posta, and if not posta, then bank. The percentage of people that had bank by then was way less. People didn't have access to banks by then, but now we have mobile money where I can send money anytime, anywhere in the country,
Yes.
to anyone with all the M-Pesa outlets. Just receive a call, somebody is stuck somewhere, or rather your parents are stuck somewhere, you can provide money to them directly without having them to wait for 3 or 4 days. So It's
Yes.
more, an innovation should be more of a problem solving rather than just focusing on getting money, or rather generating revenue from your innovation. Yeah. So the likes of M-Pesa, uh,
Yes.
yeah, they are more of offering a solution. You can send money to people who don't even have phones that have internet. Yeah. So basically, it's more of offering a solution to a problem. Yeah.
Very well, yeah, very well put. And I like how you focus on a key element in order for innovation to thrive is it needs to be providing a solution. It's not just there for profit, although that's an important factor, but it should be there to solve a particular need within the
Yeah.
given market. Now,
Yeah.
there's this saying or the statement that within every 10 or
I can't
every
clearly get you.
okay, the common saying. Can you hear me
Yeah.
clear now?
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me? Is it clear?
Proceed.
Okay. The saying within every 10 business ideas or within 10 startups, about 8 to 9 are likely to fail. Do you feel that figure is
What? Uh, you
accurate?
mentioned startups and something fail. You're still breaking.
Okay. Okay. I'll go back. Okay. I was saying within, the general saying that within every 10 startups, 8 to 9 are likely not to succeed.
Yeah, true.
Do you feel like that? Yes. Now, that phrase, I would personally say that it as well applies to the different innovations that come up in Africa. Do you feel the same as well with that general statement being applied to innovations?
Yeah. So there are a number of reasons as to why a startup will fail. As you mentioned, 8 out of 10 startups do fail. So
Yes.
there's a number of factors that lead to a startup failing. So apart from
Yes.
more of offering a solution, you need to understand exactly what are you getting yourself into, or rather, what are you trying to
Yes.
offer into the market. And apart from offering a solution, if you're not able to engage the market audience clearly and know the strategy on how to engage uh, the market, then probably you're going to fail. So uh, basically, it's not all about offering a solution, but also reaching out to people and explain to them what you're trying to help them. Because you might be offering a solution to me, I have that problem, but I don't understand exactly what are you trying to offer, or rather, what are you
Yes.
trying to give to me. And if I won't understand, then basically I won't buy your idea.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Right.
apart from basically offering a solution, you need to reach out to your market and explain exactly to them what are you trying to offer. And going back, I'm from a ride hailing company, and the ride hailing industry initially, you couldn't get a taxi unless you go to a specific stage where, or rather,
Yes.
a specific place where a taxi is located for you to be able to get a cab. But currently, you go to your phone, uh, your live location, you get a cab in 2 or 3 minutes, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
still, even at the moment, there are people that are still going, or rather have contact of taxi guys that they have to contact before they move from one place to another. Still,
Mm.
you still find guys walking to a specific taxi stage
Yeah.
for them to trace a cab. So apart from you offering a solution, so the ride hailing is more of offering a solution, but still there are people that are still struggling out there. There are a
It's
number of
very
reasons as
tricky.
to why an individual will go, or rather walk to to a stage to get a cab, or rather a specific, they usually call it shimo, specific
Mm.
Shimo is more of a place where all these guys are located, waiting for
Mm.
individual an individual to request or rather ask for their services. So
Mm.
there are a number of reasons as to why an individual will go for this option.
Yes, yes.
Probably you are offering a solution, but they're not buying exactly what you're trying to offer to them, or
Very interesting.
they don't understand exactly what you're offering to them. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Another point that I add on to that as well, as to why people will not make the shift. I'd also claim it's also due to brand loyalty, or not necessarily brand loyalty, but the loyalty that we've experienced using, let's say, that cab driver
you're
that you've had for
breaking.
the past. Okay. Can you hear me well? Is it better?
I'm struggling, but proceed.
Okay. Okay. If it's breaking up, yeah, just be sure to let me know.
Yeah, sure.
So I was simply saying another point to add as well, maybe to just wrap that up. You'll find that someone has used a specific cab driver for the past 6 months, 2 years. They've developed that, or they've experienced amazing service, amazing customer loyalty using that particular driver. And it might also make it difficult for them to make that particular switch. As much as the convenience is there with the app, that loyalty that they've experienced with that particular individual or brand makes it difficult to make the switch. That is just to add on to your point.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. I just heard of loyalty to a specific brand. Somebody hailing using a specific brand, or rather preferring a specific brand, right?
Yes, yes. Just to add on to the point that you made, just to wrap it up, that is. I
Then
really like the yeah, yeah. I really like the discussion and the points you've made. Very, very valid. I just want to know what's one piece of advice that you'd give to a startup that's looking to, get started within this pandemic and everything that's going on right now.
to start up, first offer solution to people. Offer solution to people and be aggressive. Also
Mm.
consult with people that have done it before. Learn from their failures. Don't copy exactly what they are doing, but try and do something similar to what they've done.
Yes.
Those that have successfully done it before. But apart from that, do a pre-mortem before you go into it. So there is a post-mortem, but post-mortem usually comes after you failed, right? So before
But
before you get before you
could
get
you
into
explain to the
something.
people?
Sorry.
Sorry to cut you off. Could you explain to the people, maybe for those who don't know, what's pre-mortem and post-mortem? For those who may not know.
So post-mortem is done after you failed, after you already failed, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that's not what we do expect. So
Mm.
you need to do a pre-mortem, highlight some of the things that might go wrong for you to fail, and those things that might happen wrong, or rather might go wrong,
Mm.
you find a way to prevent them from happening. So get a solution to challenges that you might face, or rather some hiccups that might come in between. So instead of doing a post-mortem after you failed once, do a pre-mortem before you get into the industry.
Very good
And
advice.
that's why I'm saying go reach out to people that have done it before. uh, Even reach out to people that have tried doing it and failed, so that
Yes.
you can learn some one or two things as to why they're already in the industry, or rather some of the reasons that made an individual to fail from something that they tried to do before. So pre-mortem is more important than the post-mortem. because if you're doing a postmortem, probably you might have wasted some money already by the virtue that you've already failed in the first step.
I
No
like the
one,
advice. I really like that.
no one wants to admit that they can fail, but we all fail,
Yes.
and from failure is where you're able to grow. So yeah, pre-mortem is more important than the post-mortem.
Thank you for that. I really like the really objective analysis you give from both sides. Really like that. So just to wrap up our entire discussion, to get into the very, very last question of the day, if you could be able to reach back to your 20-year-old self, 20-year-old Gibson, if you're able
Yeah,
to give him a phone call or simply travel back in time, what's one piece of advice that you would give him?
interesting. I would say work on yourself day in, day out. Learn each and every day. We should be able to learn. And there is one quote by somebody I usually look up to, Chris Kirubi. I'm sure you're familiar with
Mm,
Chris Kirubi.
yes.
He There is this advice that he, he he gives to the youth, that one new thought or idea in your self improvement journey can change your life. Work on
Mm,
yourself and keep pushing for better things. Day in, day out, learn one or two things. Improve on yourself. It's never enough. So always work on improving yourself.
day in, day out, push
Day in,
yourself
day
and
out.
learn one or two. I love that. I really love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the amazing, amazing advice you've given, not only within the startup space, but overall life advice for individuals who may need it. And I believe a good amount of our audience and listeners who are on the show really will find great deal of value in your advice. Thank you very much. As we wrap up the show, is there anything you'd like to say that's in your mind before we, yes, wrap up the show?
Uh, I would say we still need to work, or rather, be able to admit that we as African, there is some things that we can't do, and we should, or
Yes.
rather, be able to learn from our West and East guys, for us to be able to improve or rather get better. Uh, I've seen there's a number of industries that are coming up, uh, from basically, just to mention, the ride hailing industry. And
Yes.
unless we learn from the technologies that from the our other guys, we won't be able to get where we are trying to get to. So we need to be able to learn from what our other guys are doing. And apart from just that, one thing that we need to learn, or rather be able to invest on, there is more in technology than just people are so busy getting into real estate, but
Yes.
there is better, or rather there is better investment that can be done in tech. So there is money in technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Lovely.
only thing that I can say. Yeah, currently most of our African guys have not, or rather, be able to get into that idea. But there is money in technology. We
Mm.
just need to understand how to harness that. Yeah,
Very well, very well put. And honestly, I look forward to discussing with you further also, just, outside, the whole platform of our podcast. You have
why not?
excellent advice, not only just as I mentioned earlier, within life advice, but also innovation and to startups as a whole. Let the people know how they can reach you and follow your journey as a whole.
Yeah, I'm always available on WhatsApp. I rarely fail to respond messages on
Yeah.
WhatsApp, so they can reach directly to me on WhatsApp or directly on my LinkedIn. I'm always active on LinkedIn as well. Yeah, so those are the two platforms that I mainly commonly used. So you can reach out to me via WhatsApp. Uh, I can share my phone number if that's okay, or my LinkedIn.
Very well.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, Gibson, once again for being a guest at the show. I appreciate you for making time to be here. It means a lot to us as Zuriel and to the listeners. For the listeners, if you made it all the way until the end, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And until next time, this has been episode 18 of the Zuriel Show. See you next time.
thank you, Emmanuel.
Bye bye. Thank you very
Goodbye.
much, Gibson. Goodbye.